Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually on the radar. Not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research, try them for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have another update for you, and this is the brand Haifa, and in this one in particular called Fakher Oud. This brand is apparently owned by a Middle Eastern person, but is manufactured in Romania for some reason, and it doesn't matter as long as it's a good juice and they know what they're doing, it is okay. So the brand Haifa, they have few fragrances in their lineup, I think about 6 or 7 of them, and they all target unisex, and they are usually going under $50 or £50. The only thing is, in the United Kingdom is a little bit on the hard side to find. Somebody was telling me, an Australian subscriber of mine, that he cannot find almost any of these fragrances in Australia. Well, that is not a surprise. Your country is called Down Under for a reason, because you are so far away. You are the other side of the world. And to be honest with you, listen, market is market. It doesn't matter where it is. But I don't know what's going on in Australia. So hopefully, listen, I made more than 1,000 videos about more than 1,000 perfumes. Majority of them are on the unusual and on the hard to find, and also they are very unknown. They are usually, they're not big names, and so on and so forth. So that's why my channel is called the King of Hidden Gems, because of that. Because I try to find fragrances that they don't get mentioned, they don't get traction, they are hidden from the sites, and I try to bring them to your attention, and then you know about them. If you are interested, you can do do your research and take from there. If you look at my more than 1,000 videos, majority of them are small names. They don't have massive names. I have few good big names in my reviews when I think they really deserve mentioning. For example, Dior Homme Parfum is one of my favorite perfumes of all times, and when the credit is due, you have to give them the credit, even though Dior is one of the massive names in the world and they have a huge market share. So I try to, because they are well known and they are big, I'm trying to not give them any more market share. But when they come up with a superbly well done perfume like Dior Homme Parfum, you have to give them the credit. You have to tell them that they are doing this fantastic job. When they do it right, and it is a amazing fragrance and it's for a good price, you have to tell what it is, tell it as it is. Anyway, so this beautiful perfume in United Kingdom is quite hard to find. I guess in Australia it's quite hard to find, but for some reason in Europe is much easier to find, obviously because it's manufactured in European Union, in Romania, and probably that's why it's easier to find it. For that price, it's very well done, is beautifully done, is balanced, is perfumery is good, and also the ingredients for the price is very, very good. Although you don't get 100% natural, obviously for this price point you don't expect that, but they are doing a very good job of mixing some natural with some synthetics to come up with a beautiful perfume. By the way, majority of the perfume companies out there, even the big names like Dior, Chanel, you name them, Tom Ford, these are using synthetics as well. Synthetics are a big part of today's perfumery. You cannot get away from it. The reason is because if you don't use synthetics, two things will happen. One is the cost of your perfume is rockets up, so it becomes less and less accessible. And other thing is they don't perform, they don't project, they don't last, because majority of the perfume oils out there, if you mix them naturally, 100% natural, they will last you for a few hours if you are very, very good at it. So that's why synthetics become important, to give it that lift, to give it that oomph, to carry it, to make it last much longer and perform and project. So when I say it doesn't smell synthetic, I mean it doesn't smell like chemical mess. Okay, so this is what I mean. It doesn't mean it doesn't have synthetic elements in here, but it does smells quite natural. So this one smells quite good, smells quite rounded, smells well blended, smells quite nice. But you need to like this kind of fragrances to enjoy it, because for example, I loved it, my wife doesn't. The reason is because it's got a big heavy vanilla in here. So when the vanilla is big and heavy and gooey and sticky, she usually doesn't like it. She likes it fluffy, she likes it airy, she likes it light vanilla. She doesn't like that sticky, gooey, thick vanilla. So that's one of the elements in here that makes it, for me, very, very nice, especially for winter, especially for this time of the year. We are in the middle of the winter at the moment. It's around 1 or 2 degrees out there, which makes this perfume perfect for this weather. And also, as always in Britain, is wind. So for a windy, cold day, this is perfect, because it cuts through that wind, it cuts through that cold, and it gives you that warmth. I put 1 spray of this yesterday here, and I still can smell it. So it's very long lasting. On my skin went easily over 10 hours. On material goes easily over 12 hours. So it's very thick, it's very strong, it's very long lasting. In terms of projection, I got an arm length of projection for 2 hours, and after that slowly will subside. But you always have a good bubble, good cloud, and a good trail. I put 5 sprays of this, and that was more than enough. It's very strong. So especially if you are indoors, you don't go more than 3, because even 5 is too much. But if you want to go outside and people smell you from the other side of the road, probably you need to go more than 5. Okay, but overall it's very dense, it's very strong, it's very good performer. In terms of ratio for what you pay, what you get is very good as well. Under £50 or under $50 or under €50, this is a very, very good perfume. It reminded me of a discontinued perfumes, which no longer, I mean, you still can find it, but the prices are creeping up because it's been discontinued, and that is Mercedes-Benz Club Black. Mercedes-Benz Club Black, and that one retail for £75. For some time you could find it around £50, but now the prices are creeping up because, as I said, it's been discontinued, unfortunately, and they are going higher and higher. So if you like that, if you smelled it and you liked it, you love this, because they are very, very similar in terms of perfumery, in terms of genre of perfumery. They're not 100% similarities in there, they're not 1-to-1, but it takes you most of the way there. The other one, which to some extent again it takes me there, is Guerlain double vanilla or double vanilla or double vanille. Again, they're not 1-to-1, it's not 100%, but it takes you to some extent towards that one as well. So they are this one is quite close to those two, just to put you in the right direction, right mind, how it smells overall. And also to some extent smells like Scent Story 24 Hours Gold Oud Edition. So the Gold Oud Edition, again, to some extent smells like that one as well. Again, it's not a 1-to-1, but it's that same genre of perfumery. So now you have 3 examples. If you know any of them, or you know the 3 of them, you can have a good mental picture of how this one smells. So let me read you the ingredients and we take it from there. if I can find it. Come on, don't go to sleep for me. All right, so on top we have agarwood, gaiac wood, and jasmine. In the mid we have sandalwood, cedar, and star anise. In the base we have vanilla, amber, and ylang ylang. So everything in here it says is correct. The only thing is ylang ylang I don't get that much. Maybe a hint of it, but the rest are very quite big. And also what is not mentioning in the note breakdown, I get to some extent some cinnamon and some cumin, which is not mentioned in here. The rest are correct. Agarwood, yes, you get some oud feel, although the oud is not the biggest player here, but it is in the background and you can feel it and you can smell it. But it's not a massive player, it doesn't overtake or anything like that. It's mainly a supporting role. What the other thing is not mentioned, no, sandalwood is mentioned. So I get big sandalwood, I get cedar, and I get the gaiac wood. Yes, these three are, sometimes even Kashmiran wood smells like it. Okay, so it's very woody. But again, the woods are not the biggest player. The biggest player by far is the amber in here. The amber is deep, dense, and thick, and resinous, and gooey, and sticky, and sweet. And the sweetness mainly comes from that vanilla, and the combination of the vanilla and also the cinnamon, making it very, very sweet. So from 0 to 10, 10 being the sweetest, this is around 8, sometimes even towards 9. So it's very, very sweet. But the sweetness is not one of those sweetness that it runs away. It's not one of those. It's quite grounded, it's quite well mixed, and that's why the sweetness is quite suitable for this kind of fragrances, this kind of perfume. It gives it a beautiful push towards that beautiful ambery, sticky amber. There is another note which I get, which not mentioned in here, and that is a hay note. Sometimes I get a leafy tobacco, hay, leafy, earthy as well. And that is probably, there is a patchouli in here which is not mentioned. Overall, it opens up, when it opens up, it doesn't have any light, any citrus, any notes that are giving it brightness. No, it's just straight, you dive in to the deep end, and that deep end is woodiness, stickiness, the resins, earthiness, leafiness, and also that vanilla to give it that sticky, sweet feel. As I said, the second biggest player apart from the amber is the woods, or the woods are big in here. So you get little of oud, yes, gaiac wood, Kashmiran wood, cedar, and sandalwood. All these woods making it quite woody and also quite smooth. So overall, because of the sandalwood and the jasmine plus the vanilla, making it very smooth overall. So from beginning to the end is quite smooth. It doesn't open up with harshness, it doesn't open up with chemical smell, or it doesn't open up like alcoholic whatsoever. Straight to the perfume, which again sign tale of good perfumery and good ingredients, especially for a price. The other thing is not mentioned in here, which I get from time to time, is a little bit of orange blossom. So that orange blossom giving it another softness in the mid. The jasmine and the orange blossom plus the tiny bit of ylang ylang, it's not much, giving it that softness in the mid, which is necessary because everything else is so heavy hitter. If you don't have this little bit lighter notes, it just basically becomes too heavy and so thick. Overall, it's quite thick, it's quite dense, quite a little bit on the dark side of things, but not much. It's not too dark, it's medium darkness. But sweetness is around 8 to 9. In terms of darkness is about 5. In terms of woodiness is quite woody. There's about 7 to 8 in terms of woody aspects. So who is it for? This is for people who love their thick, dense, sticky, gooey, sweet fragrances. This is overall what you get. The rest are just secondary, like woodiness is secondary, florals are secondary, the spices are secondary. Everything else is just a supportive role and gives everything else a lift, and it's like nuances here and there to give it more interesting facets. Overall, this is amber, amber, and more amber. Okay, so this is a massive amber. They should have called it, instead of calling it Fakher Oud, they should call it Fakher Amber. that would have been more appropriate, but the name is what it is. This is definitely for mature nose. I would say 13 up to be in the safe side, but if you like this kind of fragrances, then it doesn't mean anything. You could be 20 years old and enjoying this, but I don't think so, because it's multifaceted, it's dense, it's deep, it's oriental, it's very thick, it's multifaceted, it's layered. So that's why I don't think a young nose will appreciate this. In terms of sex, this is bang in the middle. Anybody can wear it, women and men, no problem whatsoever. The only thing is, you know, it could be a little bit on the masculine side because of that spicy, ambery, woody feel to it. In terms of occasion, this is very good for going out for a special occasion, for evening, for formal occasion and things like that, because it's very, very well done and it's very opulent smell to it. But if you you buy this fragrance, you pay for it, you know where to wear it and when to wear it, so this is only a recommendation. Overall, highly recommend it. I absolutely enjoyed it. The wife didn't care for it that much because, as I said, this is very dense and thick and gooey, and for her that is that's not her taste. Her taste is fluffy, effervescent, light, and things like that. But for me, because I love this kind of fragrances, I adore perfumes that are unapologetic. They just go for it and they just give you, they say, okay, you want amber, here you go, this is an amber, and I love that, but it's not for the faint-hearted. I'm not saying it's too challenging, but it could be challenging for some noses. Okay, so you need to know what you like and what you dislike to enjoy this. If you know you're like Mercedes Benz Club Black, if you know you like a Scent Story 24 Gold Oud Edition, and you like Guerlain Double Vanille or Double Vanille, whatever have this they pronounce it. So these, if you like these three, you love this. But if you can't stand those three, definitely this is not for you. Okay guys, if you have it, if you tried it, let us know your experience. That would be useful for others to read. If you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, don't forget to hit those buttons. This way you help me, encourage me, motivate me to bring you fragrances like this in future that nobody else is talking about. They're amazing value for money, they smell great, and they are hidden gems. If you want to purchase one of my own perfumes, I'm a perfumer myself. I make my own line of perfumes. I'm the perfumer, I'm the artist, I'm the worker. There are true handmade perfumes just for you lucky people in United Kingdom, because unfortunately the post doesn't allow me to post it anywhere else, and that is a big headache and a big heartache for me. But if you live in United Kingdom and you want something very artistic, very unusual, very unique, very mysterious perfume from the deserts of Persia, because the ingredients are come from there, and that's why they call the scent of Persia. There are 18 of them. They are completely different perfumes, each of them 18 different facets, and they are very ultra beast mode, 100% natural, amazing value for money, and they are very, very beautiful. I'll leave them in the link as well. Thank you very much, and I'll see you later. Bye.